Okay.
All right, welcome back to G&G Plays Kingdom Hearts.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Tabatha.
I'm Chris.
And we are doing the second episode for Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, found a few items here, and we're just leaving the accessory shop. We just made it Traverse Town after our world was horrendously destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
Sadness.
Tears. Tears were had.
But we're alive. It means we've got a chance.
We will survive.
We will survive.
Yes.
So right now we're taking a look around Traverse Town trying to find our friends. We've come to the second district, and there's a man, and his heart is being stolen.
Oh my. No!
Yeah, that, and these are the creatures, the Heartless. They take hearts, FYI.
But wouldn't they be full of heart if they take them?
That's why they want hearts, is because they're heartless.
Interesting.
So the yellow things on the ground is something called money, with a U.
Money.
Money is such a beautiful word.
It is. It is. That was from a cartoon. It was Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, the Tom and Jerry movie.
Yeah.
With the first movie where they talked. I was a kid when that came out. That blew my mind.
Yeah, we were big fans of Tom and Jerry growing up just as kids. Logan loves, my son loves Tom and Jerry. He thinks that's the funniest thing.
So we just headed into a hotel, and Donald and Goofy are actually just behind us.
Oh my, they're on their way.
Yeah. So we're looking around trying to find our friends. So we're checking high and low.
This kind of reminds me of, remember when we went to Port Townsend and there was that big huge hotel that we went into?
Oh,
that was
yeah,
kind of cool, like where we had hallways of
yeah.
like different rooms we could go into.
Yeah, different suites. They were all named differently. They were all decorated differently. It was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, that was really amazing.
The Gizmo shop. Oh, there's Donald and Goofy just behind us again.
Hey, I remember Gizmo.
Yeah, Gizmo Duck.
That's right, from DuckTales.
Yep. Which the new series of that, the reboot they've done, I'm actually pretty happy with.
I like it so far. I think we only have watched episode 4.
Like up to 4. Like
4. We still have to catch up, so it'll be a minute before we're actually fully on board. So no spoilers for us, everyone.
But just know, like, if you haven't checked it out, definitely worth it. Like, couldn't be happier. So we ended up in an alleyway, weirdly enough. So we're gonna jump down. We're gonna come through here. The Dalmatians' house.
Yeah.
And there's Tom and Goofy right behind us still. For some reason, they can't seem to catch up to us, even though I'm taking my time. I'm taking a jaunty stroll.
We're at the Dalmatian house.
Yep. So let's see. The 99 puppies were lost amid the chaos of their world's destruction. Find them in various worlds. So all the puppies are missing, basically, except for 2.
Cruella de Vil.
That would have been funny if she was actually in this game. Like, just you have to fight her in her car, or she just tries to mow you down. I would love to see that kind of fight.
No evil thing will. To see her is to take a sudden chill.
Cruella, Cruella de Vil. So don't need to fight a lot of enemies. We're just kind of running through. Again, we're trying to, just kind of grind story for the most part. So we're running around, and we've been to pretty much all the places, I think.
And just so our audience knows, even if it's just a few of you at the moment, we'll see how that turns out. But we know so many Disney songs, like many. It's absolutely
we regularly try to sing
crazy.
karaoke, so just songs come out of us. It just happens.
Yeah, I don't think that we could actually possibly do a show without doing some sort of Disney karaoke kind of thing. So we hope that doesn't get us in trouble, but we love it.
Probably shouldn't, because we're only singing like a couple of notes, really.
A bar or two.
Yeah.
As long as we don't go into full cabaret mode where we're just busting into because that's a Friday. That's our Fridays.
That's our Friday.
That's our Fridays.
We have consistently hung out for basically 2 years, every Friday.
Yes.
And we just
started
enjoy
out
each other's
doing,
company.
So I moved to Central Oregon about, I don't know, half a year, 6 months or so after you had moved here.
Yeah.
It was a while. Our other siblings lived here and offered Christopher a place, and then offered me a place. Coinciding with that, I had a job, which is great. Brought me here, and then after being here for a little bit, and I moved into my own place, and we all were kind of like separated a lot. It came down to, well, how are we going to hang out if we're always busy working?
Yeah, so we just had to force ourselves to carve out some time.
Yeah, so we decided
So real
every
quick though,
Friday.
this is where the story gets slightly interesting. So we've searched the town, and this mysterious stranger's come out of nowhere, basically saying it's like they'll come at you from nowhere.
Why would it choose a kid like you?
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Never mind.
What's that supposed to mean?
Now,
Never mind.
Let's see that keyblade.
What? There's no way you're getting this.
All right. Then have it your way.
So it's like you have no idea who this is, but anyone who's played Final Fantasy knows that this is Leon.
Well, either way, somebody wants to take my weapon, and then they're gonna fight me for it. Seems like a bad guy. Because good guys would be like, alright, cool.
Yeah, this part is a little confusing about why he wants to fight you, but there's two ways. You can actually lose this fight and still progress the story. You just kind of pass out quicker. But he gave Sora a run for his money. Like, if you're playing on a harder difficulty, like, Leon actually can be kind of hard. This is Yuffie. She is from Final Fantasy VII. She's actually a hidden character in that game.
Looks like things are worse than we thought. A lot worse.
So these guys are aware of there being multiple worlds. Most people don't know that there are. And so their world was taken, and they ended up here in Traverse Town.
Another cutscene?
Yeah, we're still in cutscene.
Okay.
So this is interesting. This part is only part of the final mix, which is this is before DLC was a thing. They would release a second version of the game called the International version. This scene right here was specific to that version, where you actually see Riku waking up in a weird place where water runs uphill.
Ooh.
And there's no voice acting for this scene, because originally the guy didn't voice act this part.
Hey, that reminds me of the scene in Ariel, the Little Mermaid. In Ariel. In the Little Mermaid, where Ariel was down at the bottom and the Sea Witch was up top, Ursula, and like she was pulling the water in this really like super creepy way. Yeah.
You see they got floating ice blocks and rocks. You get up here and, ooh, who's that?
Maleficent.
Yeah. Good old Maleficent.
I know
Or
those
Battle
claws
Maleficent.
and that tattered sleeve anywhere.
Excuse me, did the king send you?
And this, depending on what country you're in, her name is either Aerith with a TH or Eris.
Come on, lazy bum. Wake up.
Most people, I think I end up just calling her Aerith.
Eris is a Greek goddess.
You
Yeah.
okay?
So he's been knocked.
Guess.
He got knocked
Those
out.
creatures that
So he's kind of
attack you
hallucinating
are
here. Actually, she's not actually here.
But it's your heart they really want. Because you wield the Keyblade.
She's kind of explaining like the Heartless can find you because you have the Keyblade. It like
Kyrie,
opens you up as a
Who are
beacon.
you talking about?
Never good.
I'm the great ninja you.
I mean, never good.
Never good to have a beacon on you.
I think you might have overdone it, Squall.
That's Leon.
The Keyblade.
Yeah, we had to get it away from you to shake off those creatures. It turns out that's how they were tracking
So
you.
crazy.
It was the only way
Yeah.
to conceal your heart from them. But it won't work for long. Still, hard to believe that you, of all people, are the chosen one.
So check this out. So if someone else tries to use the blade, it disappears and ends up back at its master. That blade is very particular about who can wield
I
it.
suppose beggars can't be choosers.
Why don't you start making sense? What's going on here?
Okay. You know there are many other worlds out there besides your castle and this town, right?
And it's like, yep.
To be a secret.
They've been secret because they've never been connected. Until now. When the Heartless came, everything changed.
So the Heartless have been opening portals between worlds and
The ones who
paths.
attacked you,
So worlds that were never
remember?
supposed to interact are now
Those without
interacting.
hearts.
The darkness in people's hearts. That's what attracts them.
And there is darkness within every heart.
Hey, have you heard of someone named Ansem?
Sam?
He was studying the Heartless. He recorded
Great
all of
scholar.
his findings in a
A
very
little too ambitious for his own good, but a great scholar. Voiced by the great Christopher Lee.
Its pages are scattered everywhere.
He's the actor who did Count Dooku in the Star Wars.
Indeed, yes.
And
He
a
passed
bunch of
away a couple
other-
years ago.
Yep.
He was
Yep.
really amazing.
Yes.
He was a rock
Those
star
were my
too.
thoughts.
Dude, he was like 93, 94 when he passed away, and he
That's
was
so
he was in a heavy metal band. Like,
That's right. The Keyblade.
So, this is the key.
Exactly.
The Heartless have great fear of the Keyblade. That's why they'll keep.
oh yeah,
going
and
after
Aerith is from Final Fantasy VII, the same game as Yuffie's from.
Ask for this?
The Keyblade chooses its master,
throw it
and
there for a
it
second.
chose
You made sure
you.
it's solid.
So
turn.
tough luck.
If it's blinking, it's
How did all
off.
this happen? I remember
solid?
being in my room.
Yes. No, it's solid.
Okay,
Wait a minute. What happened to my home?
it's always better to
My
just
island.
turn off to the
Where'd
side
it
and
go?
do it.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm just,
know what?
sometimes you get a little
I
throat.
really don't know.
So now it gives me back control. You talk to people, and this is where you find out. So it's like, I've heard the Keyblade can open all sorts of locks. Give it a try next time you find a treasure chest or a door lock. So, and then there's this. So you see this fancy chest here, Tab. So this is one of them chests with a lock on it.
Oh.
But with the Keyblade, it's just... Sooner or later, the Heartless find you. You best prepare yourself. Prepare myself to fight for your life. Are you ready? Of course I'm ready. Yuffie, let's go, Aerith. Or go join Aerith. She should be over there with the other visitors. Nope.
Yuffie,
Heartless are here.
go!
Yuffie!
He took a door to the face.
Sora, let's go.
Dude, Leon, just coming at him.
Oh my gosh. He's
Leon's strong. He's actually really strong. Donald.
Oh, Donald.
Don't bother with a small fry. Find the leader. Dude, as strong as I am, like, I'm gonna just destroy him. This will really help us get through this game and just check out the story and everything.
This is actually quite incredible. So they're using actually some. So the ancient Greek goddess Eris is the goddess of discord and strife, said to haunt battlefields of war. It's very interesting how they use so much lore and.
Well, they just kind of pull names, like... So this is where Donald, Sora, and Goofy get together. So the only thing that can actually defeat the Heartless is the Keyblade.
Oh.
It's the only thing that actually destroys them. Because if those two destroy them, then they basically just kind of respawn. If I destroy them, their
Oh my gosh.
heart gets released. Yeah, that would be an interesting way to meet some new friends, right? I don't know how the Heartless have the ability to, like, raise cinder blocks from the ground, but good on them for figuring it out. Yeah, they're actually... Yeah, they're hard to hit sometimes because they just kind of run around. And so enemies, when you kill them, they have the opportunity to drop crafting materials. And we use those later. With how the game progresses, we might end up just doing a full kind of 100% run. Where I fight all the hidden bosses and I also forge Ultimate Weapon. Because in theory, it actually shouldn't take me too long at the level that I'm going here.
Yeah.
So this guy actually has a different color scheme in the original. He's actually all purple in the original game. In this one, you'll see he's got kind of a carnival kind of coloring to him.
It's a bit clownish.
Yeah, it's actually really,
no,
really
it's primary.
interesting.
He's using primary colors. This is classic Disney right here. So this is something that you would see in the old school like Disney because like there were only like primary and then later they were able to apply secondary colors.
Yeah.
That's why like Snow White was actually done in the red, blue, and yellow. That's why those colors were so vivid and so prominent was because those are primary colors. When put together in proper way, really they can really create a very powerful statement.
All right, leveled up. Gotta admit, that looks cool when I do that.
I'm just saying, Snow White wears it.
She did wear it better.
Even though it is kind
So
of
it's
like
like,
that
and the
style,
bigger bosses, their hearts are way bigger. So basically, when someone
like the
loses
Grinch's.
when someone's heart
the
gets taken,
opposite.
basically their heart, when it gets taken, it manifests itself as another heartless. So that's kind of a problem. So people lose their hearts, and then they become heartless.
They too have been seeking the wielder of the Keyblade.
So I mean, this right here is a good scene because it's a good clash of Disney and Final Fantasy. Plus, you have Sora, who's the in-between. Like, he's kind of a Final Fantasy character, but he's goofy enough to be a Disney character.
Okay.
So he's kind of like that good middle ground.
What?
Sora,
It's like we need him to come with us. Like the king told us we need him to come with us.
Oh, Donald.
Yeah.
Always being the just crazy nutball we can't understand.
Yeah, he's funny.
Understand? No frowning, no sad face, okay?
Yeah, you gotta look funny, like us.
Yes, but one happy faces.
What's funny is I've read the books. They actually have a manga series for the first game and a few other stuff. And their gummy ship actually runs on smiles. So if you actually stop smiling, that thing will crash into a planet. I don't know about you, but you can only smile for so long before it gets tiresome.
Only crazy
Okay, why
people
not?
smile for
I'll go
like
with you
ever.
guys.
Like that's like what was it?
It's either that or you crash. A Million Ways to Die in the
A
West.
Million Ways to Die in the West. And
It's like,
was
have
just
you
like,
heard that
nobody
someone would
can
smile
for like
in
30
pictures?
seconds, or it was
Like,
like
no, you look like a lunatic. Good old Seth MacFarlane. Shout outs to him. He makes some great stuff.
oh, he's the best. He's so incredible.
Oh, here's where it gets interesting.
Took down that Heartless. Who'd have
Got
thought?
James Woods.
Such is the power of the Keyblade. The
Got
child's
Jafar.
strength is not his own.
Why don't we turn him into a Heartless? That'll settle things quick enough.
And the brat's friends are the king's lackeys. Slug on the eyes, they're all built rats by the look of them.
I like how they just do like the silhouettes and then the voices.
Shut up!
Enough! The Keyblade has chosen him. Will it be he who conquers the darkness? Or will the darkness swallow him? Either way, he could be quite useful.
God, I love Maleficent. Like, she's so devious. Like, she's Maleficent. So here, they're just basically telling you, watch out for the Heartless. Here's some gifts from us, and also here's a gift from Leon, because he likes you. So we've got an
Okay.
elixir. Good luck with your friends. Look out for each other. Keep your spirits up. So, and then this is just Donald and Goofy just telling us, like, hey, if you want to leave, ship's that way. You can also access the ship from save points.
Gummy ship.
Yep. And then this is Donald teaching us how to use magic. So we've learned how to cast fire.
Excellent.
And then Goofy's giving us a combat ability, dodge roll. So this helps us, like, if someone's shooting at us, we can get that out of the way. You know, it's very important to get out of the way.
I mean, he would know.
Yeah. What's cool is, like, when you roll, you're actually invincible. And then here's Jiminy. He's basically saying, he's like, hey, we've got a big adventure ahead of us. I'm going to keep track of it in my journal. That journal is the bane of a lot of players' existence. Because to get all of the achievements and stuff for this game, or the trophies, I guess, I mostly play on Xbox, so PlayStation's a little off to me. But you have to fill out all of Jiminy's journal. So you have to find all the characters, fight all the Heartless, beat all the mini games in record times. It actually can be quite exhausting, if I'm being honest.
Well, I mean, I think, you know, I mean, this is a game that you enjoy. You wanted to show me. It's
Yeah.
all about just going through.
all about having fun with it.
You know, and you know, some games that we play, yeah, they might be a little easier than others, or they might be a little more difficult. But you know, the point is that, you know, we're spending time as a family, and that we, you know, actually take the time to engage with each other and each other's interests.
Yeah. I mean, you'd actually be surprised how much your world becomes open when you hang out with people who have different interests than you.
Also, I think there's a big stigma with gamer guys, like that they're, you know, these like social outcasts, and you know, like you're great, you're hilarious and wonderful at parties, and you're very friendly, and you're always very kind, and all of these wonderful things. So like,
Thank you.
I think
I appreciate that.
Of course, you know, that's what I genuinely think of you. I mean, I would say that you're my best friend. You know, brother, sister here, actually, you know, best friends, and I think that's a beautiful thing. You know, we enjoy hanging out with each other for our own reasons, but one of the things that we like to do is share with each other our interests, and it's just more ways of getting to know each other. So that's why this is so much fun for us.
Yeah, exactly.
We get to hang out, we're sharing each other's like interests, talking about fun things, watching some great graphics. You know, shout out to the people who make Kingdom Hearts. Like, this is a beautiful game.
Square Enix, and then Disney Interactive, I think, also had a hand in it.
Beautiful. It's really quite lovely. Look at all of this.
So this is one of my favorite creatures in the game. It's called a Moogle. These guys are like the coolest thing ever. So these are a Final Fantasy character. They've been in most every game to some degree, or at least mentioned. They are master craftsmen. So it's like, you want something made, you go to them. Like, you want something interesting to happen, you go to them. Like, they have their hands in everything. So what I did here is something called a Trinity. And Trinity is 3, you know, so that's always a fun number. There's different colors of Trinities in this game. You start off with the blue one, which is just all 3 of us together. As you progress, you get more advanced versions of the Trinity. So you can, like, activate the red ones, the yellow ones, you know, and the green ones. And they all do different things.
Wait, Trinity is which colors?
They're blue, red, yellow, and green.
That's 4.
Yeah, but I mean, those are just different colors. When it says Trinity, it's talking about Donald, Goofy, and Sora.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So here, we're doing our first trip to a new world. So it's basically saying, here's your ship, and yeah, you get to actually fly the thing and fly around, and these are Heartless ships. So you destroy them, they drop stuff, you pick that stuff up, and then you can build better ships. Things in these worlds are destructible. So like these recover armor and shielding and all that stuff. When you get bigger guns, some of them require mana to use. Mana, however you want to pronounce it. Ooh.
Mana.
Yeah, I like mana too. So eventually you see like these kind of circular orbs drop that have like a circuit board in them. What that actually gives you is the blueprint for the gummy ship that you destroyed. And there's actually a trophy in this game for getting all the gummy ships. The problem is that, okay, here's that blue orb thing I was talking about. See, it's got that kind of circuitry in it. So that means now, in kind of the pre-select menu, I can choose that ship to fly as if I have the parts.
Oh.
So that's why they're kind of cool, is like each ship is different. You can also build a custom ship. More often than not, I end up with just a cockpit with guns and and an engine.
And I have to say to the audience, like, these are the kind of challenges that I am the worst at. I am so bad at, like, threading the needle.
It's just because I think it's just because you haven't had enough practice.
No, I'm not
you
good.
You can beat me at Soul Calibur, all right? And you can do gaming.
Is that admitted on live TV that I am capable of beating
yes,
you at Soul Calibur?
You have beaten me.
I have beaten you.
Granted, it's been some years, but yes, you have beaten me in the past. I will admit that I have been beaten, but it's like times change.
I'm just really if I were to say, okay, let's put out like a top 3.
Oh, hold on a second.
After.
So we're actually ending up in a new world. We are now in Wonderland. So Alice in Wonderland, by far one of my favorite kind of cartoons, just because of how zany it is. Like the world, like in this world, like, reality is what you perceive it to be. Yeah, which I think is kind of a neat concept.
That's super good. I mean, I remember.
There's the White Rabbit. Classic, just run around like, I'm late!
I love Alice in Wonderland. One of my favorites.
And they got all the original voice actors back, it sounds like. Or at least...
No, they couldn't have gotten that guy back. He's probably really old.
Just because they're old doesn't mean that they're done.
I'm surprised.
But check this out. So, door 1, door 2, door 3.
No, you're right. That was a bit presumptuous of me. I should look it up.
I mean, really, look. I mean, you want to talk about old? Christopher Lee, 94 years old, still doing voice acting work, still going strong.
So small.
No, you're simply too big.
If a doorknob talked, okay, how would you react to a doorknob talking to you?
Must you be
Well,
so loud? You woke me up.
I wouldn't say that I have or have not done any kind of hallucinogenics. I definitely wouldn't admit to any sort of things that I may be or may not be able to understand in the Alice in Wonderland universe. But as far as all things considered, I'm actually not.
Talking doorknob would
I'm not
that'd be
too
a little
concerned.
interesting.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. There's a few things we can do. So, Alice in Wonderland, one of the big things there is a lot of size changing. So it's like you're either big or you're small, or you're too big, you're too small. Like, it just kind of happens. So we're drinking the blue stuff. It's going to make us small. So, I mean, we end up, a little bit bigger than the thing. So this fit in our hand a minute ago.
Mm-hmm.
So we could fit in our hand right now if we were the same. Like, it's interesting stuff.
What's really, really funny,
Oh,
though,
here's a green trinity right here.
it's kind of reminiscent of Mickey and the Beanstalk here.
Actually, it is. It actually does kind of seem like it would be, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I actually hadn't thought of that before.
That's a good old-fashioned Disney classic. If those of you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's amazing.
Gotta love the classics.
Rent it, buy it, find it. It's amazing. I love it. That song, My What a Lovely Day, that the harp is singing in the beginning just makes me happy.
Song. We like the classic songs, like
really
the kind of
do.
1940s, 1950s kind of songs.
Yeah, I think that was a really good time. I mean, it was really where, like, a lot of music was just fresh, new.
So this part's kind of interesting because remember the rules, like you're not allowed to intervene in the events of other worlds. You gotta have a very low impact.
But why?
And we've come into the story where Alice is on trial.
The Queen of Hearts presiding.
The Queen of Hearts, Your Majesty.
This girl is the culprit. There's no doubt about it. And the reason is because I say so, that's why.
That is so unfair.
Seems legit.
Well, have you anything to say in your defense?
Of course. I've done absolutely nothing wrong. You may be queen, but I'm afraid that doesn't give you the right to be so...
You can't say that to the queen, girl. That ain't America.
This is Britain,
we should
to
help
be
her out.
perfectly honest. The Alice in Wonderland story does take place in England, or at least, somewhere in Great Britain.
That's against the rules.
The court finds
So
that
Sora's interesting. As the Keyblade wielder, like,
for
he
the crimes of assault
can go to any world he wants,
attempted theft
which
of
people
my
can't
home.
normally do. But you're not really supposed to intervene.
No! Oh, please!
Hold it
Why
right
not?
there.
Because you're not part of that world. The world.
These rules. Of course I would intervene.
Yeah, that's actually a good question. They don't really explain who made
You know what
these
I mean?
rules.
Like, who makes these rules? I would do
Well,
whatever the
I mean,
hell I
kind of think of
wanted.
it like from a Star Trek perspective.
Already, I'm coming into this world already uninvited, unannounced, and I'm certainly breaking rules by being here. Why,
Yeah, but at the
why
same
on
time-
earth would I need to abide by any sort of non-intervention rules? I'm already breaking 3 laws.
Well, no, to an extent, I mean, kind of the basic way it is. It's like each world has a keyhole to its heart.
Yeah.
The Keyblade wielder can close that keyhole, permanently sealing it so that the world is always safe forever.
But one thing I've learned in Alice in Wonderland is it's a world of topsy-turvy, so if the rules don't apply, then the rules just don't apply, now do they?
Well, the thing is, they
that means
do though.
no rules apply.
Well, check this guy out. So this is the Cheshire Cat, for those who don't know. He's one of my favorite characters. He was voiced by the same guy who did Winnie the Pooh. At least I'm pretty sure he did.
Stand on your head.
Yeah. Who indeed. Poor Alice, soon to lose her head, and she's not guilty of a thing. So he's kind of like a fourth wall breaker, like, to an extent. Like, he knows these guys don't belong in this world, and he's totally cool with that. Like, he's some omnipotent god. Like he has far too much power for being like what he is.
I
Like
mean, he's rather omniscient for sure.
yeah, like he's actually pretty nuts.
He takes the role of the narrator in a way and moves the characters.
Cheshire Cat Ex Machina.
Also, Cheshire Cat is the pawn player. Like he's playing pieces.
I mean, yeah, I mean, he's I don't know what his motivations are, really. Like, he just kind of moves the story.
I mean,
like, if it's moving too slow, he moves it along.
If there were an antagonist who was to be against Alice, it would be the Cheshire Cat, right? Everything is against her, yes, but the only person that actually has any control...
Oh, I found 3 Dalmatians. So every chest that I find that has the Dalmatians in it is, I get 3 of them. So, that's actually pretty cool.
Is there any other game that I can play?
What do you mean?
I'm good at? I'm pretty decent at racing games, I guess.
Racing games are the one thing I'm terrible at. Oh, we found an antenna tab. Those, the shadows, they had antennas. So we have found our first piece of evidence. So what we're doing right now, I guess I didn't explain that and we didn't really read through it much, but essentially what we're doing is we're running through the forest trying to find evidence to save Alice. Trying to make it so she's not guilty. Otherwise she's going to have her head chopped off. And we can't have that happen. Because she's actually important. She is actually one of the 7 princesses of heart. And what that means is that she has no darkness in her heart. She's one of 7 maidens that have no darkness. And basically I mean, the title of the game is called Kingdom Hearts. So they're trying to figure out how to get to Kingdom Hearts, at least the bad guys are. And so they're running around causing chaos in the worlds, trying to essentially kidnap these girls. And so every world that we go to, at least most of them, there will be someone who's getting kidnapped. Because they need them present to open the keyhole of Kingdom Hearts. So, the good news is we only need like 1 piece of evidence to move the story along. So I'm just going to go ahead and head back and we're going to move this story. Because even if you're innocent, I mean, you'll understand here in a second. I'll show you. How do I gotta talk to the cards. The Ace of Hearts. Yes. Here is your antenna. So I got 2 pieces of evidence. And then the Queen is going to add her own evidence to the mix. And then all of the evidence is mixed up and set out. And she's like, alright, tell me which piece of evidence you want to present. And that's how I'm going to judge.
That's some BS right there.
And that's why we live in America, so this isn't the case. We're going to use this one. I'm sure I want to use this one. Donald and Goofy did it. They stole the Queen's heart, or attempted to. I knew they were shady. Can't trust anyone, not even your friends, Tab.
Oh, this is terrible.
Oh, it is terrible. But we're gonna fight. It's like, Queen, I'm not about this right now. So there's a lot of ways you can actually do this fight. The best thing to do is I gotta actually target this stupid thing. You want to break these
Break it free.
Yeah, you gotta get Donald. If you get Donald and Goofy free, they'll actually help you in the fight. So it's always good to kind of just get them out. Come on. Wow, this thing cannot attack unless I'm targeted. That's stupid.
I have to say, like, I absolutely love Disney, and anytime that I can go to, like, Disneyland, Disney World, that is going to be, like, the highlight of my life.
I've been to Disney World twice. Once when I was 13, and then when I graduated from college, our parents took me to Disney World again.
I have never been to Disney World. I've been to Disneyland 3 times, and I've been to California Adventure twice. I loved it each time.
Yeah, like, it's lovely.
And I've been to California's Universal Studios.
And see, the last time I went to Disneyland, California Adventure was still under construction.
That's right.
It's like, I actually have not... Ooh, Alice is gone.
Yes.
While we were fighting, she disappeared.
Good.
But no, she's actually been kidnapped, so that's bad.
Yes, begin.
Gasp.
I'm sure those of you who know anything about Disney would know that that's from Winnie the Pooh, Tigger.
Gasp.
Despicable. Foiled again! You know, just there's so many things I love. The guy who plays Tigger.
Dude, that guy, the last time I saw him in like an interview and stuff, like, I mean, the last time I saw an interview of the guy who does the voice, like, he was old. Like, I actually don't know if he's still alive or not.
He's so amazing, though. Like, to me,
I mean, he was our childhood. Like, our mother loved Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, our mom
and so
literally almost.
She loved all things Disney.
Had, like,
that's why.
Gang. She had a Pooh gang. If you
yeah,
know.
like all of her friends and stuff were nicknamed after the characters. She had all of her friends as people. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, and it just it's quite silly, really.
But you know, when you become an adult, oh wow, these guys already? I should not be seeing these guys yet. These are special Heartless. They actually should not be here.
I think it was like a thing maybe back in the day where like, you know, everyone like would take some sort of like popular version of something and be like, we're all part of this gang because we all fit the mold.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Like, kind of a 90s thing to do, really.
Oh yeah, definitely a 90s thing. Because it doesn't work very well like nowadays.
No,
there's really nothing
people,
that, like,
people don't
fits
like
me.
labels anymore. Let's see.
I hate labels. I really am. I'm very against my own labeling unless you put me in a category that I can be awesome. Like, I love Ursula. I know. It's one of those things. But the voice actress who does Ursula,
I've seen her
is
like
so
doing a live
incredible.
performance of that voice, and like when she does the laugh, like she goes straight into the like head back cackle to the sky.
Oh my gosh, no one cackles the way she does, and it's so incredible. I'm sure those of you who know her name, please let us know her name down below, because we cannot remember at the moment here. But yes, and then so the Little Mermaid. Let me tell you all a story while we're doing this little fight here. Our mom, one of the most important days of my life, she brought home a movie and she put it into the VCR, and I was like, what is it? I was like demanding. I was like, Mom, what is it? I must know. And she's like, I'm not going to tell you. It's a surprise. And I was
this
like,
this is VHS days.
VHS, that's right.
Just so you know, VHS.
Christopher was maybe like just born or something. No, he wasn't. He wasn't born yet because it was like 89 or something when this came out. Like,
no, 90.
You were born in 90, right?
I was born in 90, but
Yeah.
I think Little Mermaid was 91.
No, I felt like it was like 89.
Well, look it up. Look it up. Look it up. Like, let's find this out. Let's not guess.
Help me, audience. Tell me, when was The Little Mermaid?
Well, we also have the internet, so we're gonna look it up now. But Disney trivia. When did this happen? So I just used a potion on a flower, and the flower made me big again. So
1989.
89.
I was right.
All right, so I was wrong in that one.
Okay, so 1989, and I'm just this little girl. I was born in 83, so that dates me. It's good.
Well, and I was born in 90.
Yeah. So we're 7 years apart, which is really fun. That's why this connecting is really great. If you have a chance, not to digress, but go connect with your sibling. Even if you don't know anything about them, maybe you just haven't gotten a chance to get to know them, and I think that's important.
It's like you guys have more than enough common ground with your parents, and like you have common ground. You can't pretend that you don't.
So there I was.
It's like, make it work.
There I was, this young child, thinking, oh my god, she has seriously gotten me the world. Like, Mom has like achieved some sort of like maximum, like she's an astronaut to me. Like, she's just like gone out and like reached for the stars and gave me one. All of a sudden, the first thing I see,
I found 3 more Dalmatians.
Their previews, I'm dying. 15 minutes into this, I swear to gosh, I'm like, I don't even know like what's gonna happen here. And then I see this like ship coming through the fog, and it crashing down on the waves, and these seagulls and stuff going about, and then I hear this thing, and I'm still like, what is it? What is it? I was freaking out.
Yeah, this is back when you had to, like, you couldn't just click next and get to the movie. You had to watch all of the commercials.
You had to wait. And then all of a sudden, and then like a mermaid. I was like, a mermaid? Did he say mermaid? What is this? What was it?
And now, our feature presentation.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden the fish comes down and everything. And then like, I was just like, and then I read The Little Mermaid and I was like, The Little Mermaid! The Little Mermaid! Like,
I mean, I can only imagine the smile in Mom's heart when you started freaking out.
I was just like, but then I was like, wait, what if it's not? What if
it's a cruel prank?
Yeah, no, I was skeptical even as a child. Like, the one thing I will say about me, even as a child, I was super skeptical. I'm like, I don't want to get my hopes up. I mean, I've wanted to be like Student of the Year, and I've never gotten it. You know what I mean? So
I found the Tea Party grounds where the Mad Hatter and the March Hare are. Unfortunately, like, they're only a picture for some reason.
That's terrible.
But,
I love those two. Those are some of my favorite characters.
Dude, the Mad Hatter, like, he's one of my favorites.
So this whole situation is just like, Mom is probably like behind me, just having that like Doc Hudson moment, like watching
just hanging out, just going,
like,
that's right, you're gonna enjoy this.
You know, and I never knew it until I became a parent myself. But that's what it's about. Everyone, go see Cars 3.
Yeah, we actually just watched that one recently, like a while after it came out, and we're actually really impressed with how that one turned out.
I did not think I was going to like it. I just saw this like horrible trailer. Like, whoever decided that was going to be the trailer.
I didn't think it was bad. I mean, it just shows like, hey,
It did not get me off. I was not going to take my kid to go see that trailer. And it wasn't.
I thought it was fine.
No, it wasn't bad. It was just that, you know, like, okay.
I mean, it sets the tone for it. Like, this is going to be like a kind of a sadder movie.
But it didn't need to be like that. I mean, I think they could have really put it.
Yeah, but like, again, like, cars crashing in NASCAR is like, I mean, it happens. Like, more often, like, most of the time, people end up fine because of like safety protocols and stuff. Now it's like when a car flips, people are out there on top of it, taking care of it. Like,
I'm not going to disagree with that. What I will add to that is that when you're trying to look for a movie to go see in the theater when it's so expensive nowadays, and you got to take your child and you're a low-income single mom,
yeah, you got to kind of pick your battles.
You really got to think to yourself, like, okay, do I want to go traumatize my kid for $15? Or
wait until it comes out and rent it for a couple bucks.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and then show it.
I'm sorry to say,
I
but
totally
that's really what you know, as a single mom, and that's something else too. Like, you know, Logan and I, my son's name is Logan, and he is 8 years old now.
Yeah, his birthday was October. Yep.
And he's been the light of my life. He's the one that really got me back into this kind of stuff, loving this sort of entertainment. And I think that's really important to put out here, is that, you know, Logan really brought me back to the joy of this. And you also have always retained the joy of this.
I mean, one thing I love about games, like, it gives you the option to, like, live out a fantasy that you couldn't normally live out. Like, you can be something you're not normally, like, or could never be.
Yeah, like, that's
know?
what I like about, like, entertainment movies. I don't want to watch anything about, like, you know, somebody who's, like, you know, working at a coffee shop, or somebody who's driving a bus, or somebody who's anything living in modern day. I don't want to know about it. There's so much trauma and so much challenge, but when I watch entertainment, I want to see something fantasy. I want to get out of my mind. I want to step into my imagination.
Just so you know, we are fighting the boss of this level. So we're tiny, so this guy is actually normal size. So that's why this fight's a little weird. And so it's like we're tiny and we're trying to fight him, and it can be a difficult fight sometimes. Like, because you can't normally get to him, so you have to actually work really hard to try to, like, hit him.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can see here, like,
you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job.
I mean, you hit him a couple of times and he comes down, but like, it's kind of hard to hit him sometimes. But I'm also really strong in this playthrough, so it's like he actually comes down really easy.
You have the key.
Yeah, well, this is the only weapon that can actually hurt these guys, and that's why they fear it. But yeah, he kind of wanders around. You see some music notes above his head, classic Disney style kind of stuff. Oh, he went over to the fire and set his little batons on fire. So he's got fire now. Isn't that lovely? Hopefully, okay, he's dead.
Hooray! Yes!
just cut his legs right off. Again, I love the slow-mo. Like, I wish I could do more of the slow-mo. So again, as with each Heartless that you defeat, a heart comes out. So we free that, where we send that heart off. Like, we release it from that creature.
Excellent. Excellent.
This is such an interesting level. And just everything that they chose to put on... Oh, Ifrit sword. So Ifrit is... Ifrit, however you want to say it.
Fire demon or something?
Yeah, exactly. In a lot of the Final Fantasy games, that's someone you can summon.
I'm just saying somebody knows their lore.
That's actually surprising. Oh! The keyhole. It's inside the door's mouth. And the key is like, I must close it, and just does it. The key actually has a mind of its own. Like, it's actually quite amazing. No, it's like, what was that? It sounded like something locked. Oh, there's a thing. It's a gummy. But it's one that they haven't seen before. So a Navi G piece. Ah, the Cheshire Cat. You're quite the hero. But there's something you're missing. I won't tell, but I'll give you something.
Every time he shows up, I'm like, Ramirez! Dave!
That's Penguins of Madagascar, for those of you who don't know. Another of our favorite movies. Good old DreamWorks and their amazingness.
Oh my gosh, the Penguins of Madagascar is so funny.
So what's cool, every time that you seal a keyhole... Oh, I guess not. I guess we're done here. Alright, well, I'd say we did good this episode. We finished all of Wonderland, at least the first run. So we'll go ahead and we'll call it here.
An excellent show. Thank you all for being here. Please leave all your comments, notes, and subscriptions down below.
Alright, and thanks for watching. See you guys next time.
Bye.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, visit gamer.gamer.com and support us through Patreon. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.